Good morning again, everyone, and special welcome to those who are joining us on YouTube for today's child safety sensitization session. And we'll be having a very special presentation by Ms. Austin, and she'll be sharing with you the organization that she's coming from. Students, you will notice that you're unable to unmute yourselves, so I will allow you to be able to speak in the chat directly to me or to Miss Austin if you need to. All right, but we do not want any distractions at this time. And before we continue, I will just pray so that we can get the show on the road. Please bow your heads wherever you are. Dear kind, loving Father, we give you thanks for another day. We give you thanks for these wonderful students. We ask that today's presentation will be of benefit, not just to them, but also to their parents and other caregivers. Thank you for the input of these different organizations who try to ensure the safety of our children. We pray that you provide them with the resources and the strength that they need to carry out their tasks from day to day. Thank you for hearing and answering our prayers. In your name I pray. Amen. Okay, Miss Austin is here and she'll be doing our presentation. Please give her your undivided attention.
Hi, good morning. I'm, as Miss Thomas introduced, I'm Miss Austin, coming from Child Protection Family Services Agency. Oh, I forgot that they're muted. Coming from Child Protection and Family Services Agency. So it's nice to be here with you, St. Ansbury Primary, and I hear that there are parents here as well. And I'm so excited to be on YouTube. So hi, YouTube world, hi, Zoom world. So Child Protection and Family Services Agency is an agency that protects children. So that's why I'm here today to speak about how to protect yourself. Teach you how to protect yourself. All right. I was going to ask if anyone has questions, but I guess I have to go in the chat. So
I will unmute them.
Okay.
Miss Austin, so once they raise their hands.
Okay. So again, Child Protection and Family Services Agency is an agency that protects children. Somebody has a question already.
You can go ahead, Kanisha. Kanisha Douglas. I guess that was a mistake.
Okay. So we protect children. All right. So this presentation again is all about protecting yourself. So we're going to talk. I know you Miss Thomas will unmute you, or you can put in the chat any questions you have. So it's an interactive session. So I will be teaching you and I want to know what you know. So we can have a discussion and we can have fun and we can learn together. All right. So I'm going to share my screen now for you guys to see. All right. So this is the kids zone, and I'll be presenting on protect yourself. As stated, I'm Miss Austin. So how do you guys feel today? Put in the chat. You can put sad, happy, surprised. I'm feeling excited, but I'm excited to present to you. Anybody maybe two persons can raise their hand and we'll hear how you are feeling today. We're in the chat and somebody can put in the chat how they feel.
Someone is saying happy and excited.
Okay, great. Are you excited to hear about what I'll be presenting today? All right, let's continue.
Josiah, you can go ahead. I see your hand.
Miss, I feel happy, okay, and shy at the same
We
time.
have many feelings today. Why do you feel shy? Josiah. You're afraid to answer, you're shy to answer questions? Wait, you were quite bold in answering that question. All right, so we're going to move on. So can
Yes,
anybody tell me who a child is? Who do you think a child is?
Miss, a child is a little adult.
Little adults? Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Anyone else?
Dequan, you can go ahead.
We're taking two more persons.
Shy.
Who's a child?
Shy.
Okay, it seems like Dequan was answering the first question.
Oh, okay.
All
So
right.
now we're asking who is a child? Who do you think a child is?
All right, J. Tony, would you like to answer that question? I see your hand.
Yes, Miss. A child is younger than 18 years old or 10 or 5.
Is younger than 8 years old or 10 or 5? So how old are you? Are you hearing me?
A child is under
A child is under 18?
a child is under. Yes, Miss.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I didn't get your name, but thank you.
That was J. Tony.
Okay, J. Tony. Thank you. One more person, and then I'll tell you who child is.
Kamalia.
A child is a small version of an adult, and they are small, and they don't have low voices, and they go to school. Instead of parents, they have to do work, and they have to wake up in the mornings and make breakfast and do all the work at home. And they have to pick up the children when they're at school.
Okay, thank you, Amelia. All right. So a child is anyone who is below the age of 18. So Josiah? No, it was Josiah. The second person was indeed correct. The child is anyone who is below the age of 18. And the other persons also said that a child is a small person. But you have some children that aren't small, maybe a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old might be small, while a 10-year-old might be tall. So a child is anyone that's below the age of 18. So these pictures right here, you have the female and the male, they show the process. So at first you have the baby, then you have a toddler. Then maybe this is the age that most of you are at, an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old, and then you have the adults. So anyone that's below the age of 18, that's a child. Okay? And as children, you all have rights. So I heard Camelia, I think that was her name. She was saying that adults, right? Adults pick up children at school. So children have rights to go to school. So we have 3 Ps. So these are the rights of children. 1 is the right to protect. They should be protected. 2, provision. 3, participation. All right. So under protection, you have the right to be protected against abuse. And we'll soon go into what different types of abuse are. But anytime anyone treats you, hurts you in any way by physically, you have sexual abuse, anyone leaves you at home alone, don't give you anything to eat, those are types of abuse. Discrimination. So discrimination is when I don't know if any one of you has friends with disabilities, maybe a person who uses a wheelchair. So you have children who uses wheelchair and persons might treat them different, or they don't want to play with them, they don't want them to come to church. That's discrimination. Or because you are 5, maybe an adult would want you to come around them because you're saying, oh, you're a child. So they treat you different, they treat you unjust. I don't know if you know what unjust be, but they don't treat you, they don't treat you like they want you to belong in their group, basically. So sometimes maybe at school you have friends and they say, oh, I don't want you to play with me. But they have their reasons. So that's basically what it is. They want you to be out of their group. That's what discrimination is. And you should be protected against that. You should be protected against danger. I don't know if any one of you has ever flied on a plane before. And remember the first thing that they always make the children go in first. It's not maybe to protect you against danger, but they want to feel safe. So they want you, because you're a child, they treat you like you're, and the babies, they treat precious, and parents don't want the baby to get mosquito bites. That might not be danger, but they try to protect you against things like fire, a fall. So, maybe the bed that the babies have, or maybe at the bed you have at home, you might have something around it. So they don't want it to fall. They want it to be protected against being hurt. All right? And they have provision. Just like your schoolmate said, that you should get breakfast, you should get balanced meals. So the tricks and what you say, like sweets, that's not a balanced meal. There are things that we all would love to eat. They aren't a balanced meal. So your parents should give you the vegetables, although some of us maybe don't want to eat the vegetable. As an adult, sometimes don't like to eat vegetables, so I can imagine you. But you should be provided with a balanced meal. Every child should be going to school. So when parents don't send children to school, that means they're breaking your right to education. Every child should have the right to education, right? And sometimes I know maybe many persons will say, oh, my mommy don't want me to play. You have the right to play. Because you have much energy inside of you. So mommy and daddy or auntie, whoever you live with, should give you the right to play, participation. So maybe in the community that you're in, they might have a community fair, and you should have the right to go to that fair. If you're having a school project, maybe you have 4-H at school, you should be able to go into those clubs as well. Say mommy or daddy painting the house, your guardian painting the house or painting a room. They should involve you in the decision making. Somebody has a question.
I think Leo is using his mother's device. Go ahead, Leo.
Okay, so the part where you said that if the parent doesn't have any money to carry if the parents won't let their children go to school, and that means that they don't have any right to go to school. But what if they don't have any money? What if they don't have any money?
If the parents don't have any money, no, there are other agencies, such as the agency that I work at, that your parents, not you, maybe if you, mommy not sending you to school, you can go to the agency and say, oh, mommy not sending me to school and I want to go to school, but mommy don't have the money. So you can mommy can ask for help from their agencies such as PATH. You can go to Miss Thomas, which is guidance counselor, and tell her, mommy can tell her, you can tell her that mommy don't really have the money to go to take me to school or to send me to school. Is there some way that I can get help? Because I'm sure they provide lunch through PATH and maybe bus fares and all of that. So there are many, many ways that persons can help you to actually go to school, because in a nation that we live in, education is very important. All right. So you should go to school. It doesn't matter if you don't have any money, there's always a way for you to go. Okay. So under the 3Ps, is there anything that is not clear? Any questions you have? So there are 3Ps: protection, provision, and participation. You have the right to be protected. You have the right to be provided for, whether it's education, food, play, and you have the right to participate. So you have the right to go to church, to go to school fair, to be in the 4-H club. Any questions? Everyone is clear. I might ask questions later, you know. All right, so remember I told you that we're going to talk about child abuse. This is it. Can anybody tell me, what 2 persons know, just 2, what they believe child abuse is? All right, Miguel raisins and are ready. And Isabel. So we're going to have Miguel and Isabel answer the questions.
Go
Answer the
ahead,
question.
Miguel.
Miss, I think child abuse is when someone is stealing a child to do bad things, or they just kidnap them when they're younger.
And they do bad things.
Yes, Miss. Like making a child steal a very valuable artifact for some money.
Okay. All right, thank you. Isabel? Please.
Go ahead, Isabel.
I have seen that child abuse is like when the person who you're living with is not treating you right, and they are not treating you like how you're supposed to be treated.
And that is indeed correct. Thank you. So child abuse, so you both were correct. So child abuse is any situation where the action of a parent, so mommy or daddy, any guardians, possibly with auntie, uncle, grandma, or any other person causes a child to be injured or harmed in any way, or when the parent did not do enough to protect the child from getting harmed. Remember the first slide that we went on, and I told you that you have the right to be protected and provided for. When a parent or a guardian or anyone else breaks any one of those 3Ps, it's considered child abuse. So if they don't protect you against danger, and they don't do enough, as it says, they don't do enough to prevent the child from getting harmed, that's considered child abuse. Anybody has any question on what child abuse is? Anyone not clear?
I think Rihanna has a question.
Yes, I was asking how bad can child abuse be to a kid?
How can it be done to a child? Is that what you're asking? Are you saying how children are abused? Because I'm going to tell you
Yes,
the different
Miss,
types.
like what are the causes?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you the different types right now. You're on the ball, Rihanna. So these are the types of abuse. There are physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and there are other types of abuse, but we're focusing on these ones today. And we'll talk about other things that are other ways that children are treated unfairly or harmed in any other way. So physical abuse, so as the picture shows, hitting, punching, kicking, pushing, using something to hit the child, that's physical abuse. All right? The physical abuse is hitting, punching, kicking, using a belt, anything else. maybe a comb to hit a child. Sexual abuse now. Sexual abuse is, and this is done in a way. So, all right, we'll talk about sexual abuse after the like. So I know maybe after I read about sexual abuse, you'll have questions, but we will talk about sexual abuse later on. So we'll go into many other things about sexual abuse. So sexual abuse is kissing, touching private parts, showing naked pictures. Did anyone kiss you anywhere on your body? Touch any private parts? And we'll go over where the private parts are, shows naked pictures, and we'll go into, so I know that we're on our devices. We'll talk about naked pictures and the sharing of anything that you are not supposed to see. I know we all know things that we're not supposed to see, but we'll talk about that. So that's sexual abuse. Emotional abuse now. So this now is the shouting, cursing, calling names. Maybe say, bad boy, ugly boy, and these things hurt you. So they make you feel bad about yourself. They make you feel low. So this is emotional abuse. Anyone shouts at you, go and sit down. Or go and sit down, ugly boy, something like that. That's emotional abuse because this affects how you feel about yourself. Right? So there are we're talking about 3 types of abuse today: physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse. There's also neglect. Parents neglect to send you to school. Parents neglect to give you food. Parents neglect to say not have, maybe if they don't have any money, as I stated, they can get help. But the parents, they have the money and they use it to do something else instead of buying the new shoes. Their shoes mashing up, like I can see a little toe up at the top of the shoes. Yes, mommy, I can buy the shoes. And she said, no, we have to go to that party. And she mommy buy the party clothes, but she don't buy the shoes to go to school. Right? All right. So we're going to talk about sexual abuse now. So we're going to talk about how you can protect yourself against sexual abuse. I see the little girl here. Don't touch me. I'm assuming that she felt uncomfortable with the way somebody touched her. I was trying to touch her. So she's telling them to back off. Don't touch. All right. So now we're going to talk about the good touch and the bad touch. But before we go there though, who wants to tell me what? Somebody tell me one good touch, and then another person tell me a bad touch. So I want 2 persons. You know what? All right. Here is Anna already, man. And Romario. All right. So let me see if I can choose somebody else that I have not heard from as yet. Hall. Yes. Fiona.
Yes, miss.
All right. Tell me what a good touch is.
A good touch is when someone is like wants to be friends with you, or when friends come to hug you, or when someone wants to shake your hand.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So, all right. Samardo. Samardo. Is it? Don't ever pronounce your name right.
Yes, teacher.
All right, what's a bad touch?
A bad touch is like when somebody touch you on your private parts.
All right, very good. All right, see, I'm going to take 2 more because there are so many hands. All right, but they disappear now. All right, Miguel, your hand is still up. Let me hear a good touch from you. What's a good touch?
Miss, a good touch is like a friendly hug, or a friendly kiss.
Okay.
That's but I saw that.
You saw it on the slide? Okay. And Tony? Okay. All right, tell me what's up. bad touch is, and then we'll talk about.
A bad touch is when somebody touch on your private part, or somebody touches somewhere where you do not like you to
All right.
touch you.
Very good. Thank you. All right. So let's talk about it now. It's a good touch. So most parents, everyone that I spoke with got it right. Good touch, friendly hugs and kisses from family members. The mommy, daddy, auntie, they hug you. They kiss you. It's a long time I don't see you, man. You get big. That's a friendly hug or kiss. And that's a good touch. Short kisses on your cheek from parents and family members. So you know they just kiss her right there, just lick a touch, and then they walk away. When a teacher puts their hand on your back and says, good job, or your shoulder, they might touch you right here and say, good job, man. I'm so proud of you. Shaking the hands, high five. I know sometimes the children are doing different things now with their hands when they greet each other. So they might not do high fives anymore, but they might, what you guys call it, the ding off each other. That's a good touch. Touches don't make you feel afraid or nervous. So say, for example, somebody hugs you and it's a family friend or somebody that your parents know, and when they kiss you, the kiss might be long or they hug you too tight, you can say it to mommy or daddy to let them know that, you know, Miss Mary hugged me and I never like how long she hugged me or how long she kissed me on my cheek. Or Uncle Ben hugged me and I never like, or him kiss me long or him hug me too tight. You can always tell someone. All right. So any touch that makes you feel uncomfortable, nervous, or afraid makes you think, all right, I don't like how this feel. It feels wrong. Should always share it with someone. Should never keep it to yourself or just lie down in your bed and wonder about it. Even if you're afraid to say it, tell your guardian or mommy or daddy, should always tell them. Or your guidance counselor right here with us, and she seems friendly, man. That smile. They can go to her and she can tell her what happened. Maybe if you're afraid to tell mommy or daddy, you can go to Miss and say, Miss, you know, something happened at home and I want to tell you. And she can pass information to mommy or daddy for you. All right. Any questions about good touch? Or we are all fine with good touch? Because most of you seem to know what good touches are. Or any questions about the feeling afraid or nervous? Okay. Alea?
Go ahead, Malia.
I need to say something, Miss.
Yes.
Okay.
I need to say
Here, go.
All right, Malia, we'll come back to you when you have made up your mind about what you want to ask, okay?
I'm going on my tablet now, Miss.
Okay. All right, now we go on to the bad touch. So the bad touch, touches that hurt you or make you feel sad. Okay? Any touch that you have to keep secret from your parents or teachers. Anyone touch you and tell you, don't tell anyone, or this is for a secret. Bad touch. Anything that you have to keep silent or don't tell anybody, or that's not good. So you should feel that this don't feel right. Anything that any adult said. Maybe if you're having a surprise party for daddy or mommy and they say, don't tell daddy, you know, that's okay. but nobody touch you in any way, and they say, don't tell anyone, that's bad. Kisses on the lips from persons that aren't your parents, or any long kisses on the lips. So just as we were speaking about on the good touch, any long kiss, any kiss that lasts too long, make you feel uncomfortable. So maybe they go kiss on cheek, but they kiss on the lip. Bad touches. So these aren't from parents. Maybe a family member came over. So just as I stated, if any family member or any friends kiss you like that, touch you in any way, always tell someone. All right? Touches you on your private parts or parts that covered by a swimsuit. And we'll soon show a picture of the swimsuit, the private parts that cover the swimsuit. Touches that are forced to or to make you feel ashamed. So maybe they ask you to touch somewhere or they touch somewhere and you are asked to touch somewhere on them, and it makes you feel wrong. Makes you say, I know I shouldn't be doing this. Right? Anything that feels wrong, anybody asks you to do anything, anybody does anything to you and it feels wrong, always tell someone. From it feels, maybe, what would I say now? When it feels
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable, like you want to run to somebody right away as it happens, that's a sign to always stop. All right? All right, let's move on. So this is the bathing suit. So no one is allowed to touch you or look at areas covered by your bathing suit. So you know the girls wear the one piece, cover the breasts, the private parts, the vagina, the bottom. The males wear the shorts, and sometimes they wear shirts as well that cover their chests, their penis, right? So this is it. Private parts that are covered by the swimsuit should not be touched or seen by others. Never keep secrets about touching. If anyone touch you on these areas, always tell someone. Okay? All right, so we have a video here.
We're not hearing the sound.
Oh,
so
I was just about to ask if you're hearing. Just a little while ago to ask the question. Sure. Hearing now?
No, not yet. You probably would have to reshare and select optimize for video so that we can hear or share computer sound.
Or maybe we can come back to the video in the end. I will try to start out the.
You can stop sharing and then share again and select share computer sound at the bottom of the dialog box that pops up.
Okay.
In the meantime, I see that we have some more persons joining us on YouTube. You can see a few of you participating in the chat. Welcome, Kimberly. Malia, do you have a question?
Yes, miss.
What's your question in the meantime?
I need to ask, why do people kidnap children?
Okay, all right. So Miss Austin would be more than happy to answer that one in it. People have different reasons, and I'm sure that Miss Austin can share a few of those reasons why they kidnap children. All right, so those persons who
Miss Thomas,
are,
oh, I'm sorry. Could
yes,
you direct me where I can find how to share the video? I stop
okay,
sharing.
okay, so select the share screen option again.
Mm-hmm.
And once you have selected what you want to share, you should see share sound at the lower left corner of that little box that pops up.
Hopefully, here now. And Mania, we have a slide on that. So I'll answer that question shortly. Okay. Hearing now?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I want to talk to you about a very important protect yourself rule. You have to know the difference between a safe touch and an unsafe touch. We all know safe touches, like hugs from our family or high fives with our friends. Unsafe touches are touches to private parts of your body. No one can ever touch parts of your body that are covered by a bathing suit, or ask you to touch them on those parts. But it is okay for a doctor to touch you on private parts when they're giving you a checkup and your mom or dad is in the room. These are safe touches. If someone gives you an unsafe touch, they might want you to keep it a secret. They might make you promise or give you presents to keep you from telling. But you always have to tell another grown-up about unsafe touches, no matter what. If you were touched on a private part of your body by someone you know or someone in your family, tell your teacher or another family member. It's never your fault if someone touches you like this. If it happens, other grown-ups want you to tell. Keep telling until someone helps you and make sure the unsafe touch never happens again.
Okay. Just, I'll call her Ginger. So that's as Ginger said. If you have ever been touched in a bad way, it's not your fault at all. All right. So, you know, some adults, they do these things for different reasons. But whether you feel bad about it, it's always important to tell someone. All right, I see a hand up. Have a question?
Okay, that's Shania. I think Shania is from grade 6, or is it 5? Go ahead, Shania. You can unmute yourself, Shania, and go ahead.
I'm from grade 3. We from if you're wearing a bath suit, you're not supposed to make anybody touch those parts.
That's correct. Good job. Once you're any part that covers the bath, that the bath suit covers, should never be touched by anyone. All right, mommy and daddy, maybe if they're giving you a bath or they're helping you to put on this bath suit, that's fine. But anyone outside, mommy or daddy, and once it makes you feel uncomfortable, always remember to tell our police officers. So I'm not sure if all of you know where the police station is in your community. If you know where it is, or I don't know, maybe if you're coming from school and you pass it, can stop there and tell parents and family members, teachers, principal, guidance counselors. These are persons that you should share these things with, even if they tell you to keep it a secret. This is the one that, was it Mahalia asked about. So we're going to talk about the stranger danger. All right? The stranger danger, once you don't know that person, or that person tries to speak with you, danger. All right? We're going to talk about that. Strangers in cars. Look out for cars that follow you. And when you're walking home from school and maybe go to the shop, and you see this car trailing you, following behind you, always pay. So I know sometimes we carry our phones on the road, having our earphones. I know we have AirPods. We don't have the earphones anymore. We put in our AirPods and maybe we have one in and one out, or we have both in. It's always good to be aware of our surroundings. So to look out for cars that follow you. Never go towards strangers sitting in their cars, even if they ask for help. All right, have a question already? Miguel, I'll mute yourself, right? Miguel?
Miss, one thing you have to be sure when if they're actually you are safe is to go around block 4 times to see if they're actually following you. If they're still following you, go to the nearest police station.
Yeah, maybe if you're not at anywhere close to a police station, maybe if you're in a community and you know, maybe a church member, family member, if they live in your community, or the shopkeeper, maybe can run back to the shopkeeper. But that's very good though. So maybe you can walk around and see if the person's still following you after speeding up. If you walk faster, them drive faster. Okay? When you realize that, run.
And one more thing, if someone's following you and you have your phone and you don't know where the police station is, just call 112 and it will lead you to the nearest police station.
Wow, you're very informed. Which number you should call?
112.
112 or 211?
It's either 112 or 211.
It's 211.
Oh yes, it's 211.
Right. But 211, I was going to tell you about that at the end, but 211 is the number that you can call to make report. But I don't know if you have the mommy or daddy, or you can go on your Google and look up the contact number for your police station, the St. Ansbury police station, or the police station that is in your community. Look up that number, can save it in your phone as well. You can always have that number or know that number, okay? You should never get in a car with strangers, not even if they say they know your parents. So they might know your parents, but don't get in a car. If mommy or dad never tell you that they're sending someone to pick you up, don't get in that car. They might call you by your name. Do not get in that car. Only if your parents tell you or tell you that, or call you and say, I send that person to pick you up. And what you should do is ask mommy or daddy, auntie, whoever your guardian is, what's the person's name? You know what car they drive? So that when that person comes, you are aware of that person. You ask them their name, you will see the color of the car, so that you're aware. Okay? When playing outside, never accept gifts from strangers that speak to you. Always play in an area where adults can see you. So I know we love to play hide and seek, but even if you're hiding places that your parents can or your guardian can see you. They're not playing the hide and seek, so it's fine if they can see you, right? So I know in our communities we maybe have many bushes as well. So don't run into the bushes, stay in open areas. If someone makes you feel uncomfortable, go inside and tell your parents. If you're maybe out in your driveway in your yard playing, and somebody is maybe looking at you, taking pictures of you, can go inside and make mommy or daddy, whoever you're staying with, know about this. Okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to say no to a stranger. Ask you to get in the car? No. Ask you if they want you to buy a drink, they see you sweating and they ask, you want me to buy a drink? No, I'm fine. I'm going home. All right. If the stranger makes you feel uncomfortable, shout, run, and tell. But that's as I was saying before, or Miguel was pointing out, if you realize that you walk around and this person is still following you, shout, run, and tell someone. Get the attention of other adults to help you. So by shouting or calling out for help, persons will hear. And if you realize nobody's not hearing, shout louder. All right? All right, so now we have some scenarios. I want 3 persons, or we have 3 scenarios. I want 3 persons. I'm gonna go down the list and see who can ask.
Those who are on YouTube, they can type in their responses in the chat. I'll read them as well. I see that you're responding over there.
Yes, I'm gonna respond. I have a question. Rena, I have a question. Rihanna, what's your question?
Raise your hand, Rihanna, so I can see you. All right, you can go ahead.
My question was, what if it's more than one of them and you are trying to shout or run, but there's no one near you, and then they come up and gather around you? What should you do?
Well, to be honest, that's the reason why I stated but maybe you'll freeze. So I'm pretending that this is something that is happening now and we're right there right now. Say if a group of persons come in a car and it's just you, they maybe could call the police station right away and maybe have conversation with this person, ask them why they want to make sure, but like, maybe you will be frightened. So you're maybe not even thinking to take out your phone and call the police station. But always shout. That's the best way I can think to tell you what to do in that situation. If 3 men coming towards you, shout or try to run away. Even if they're bushes, shout. If you're not frightened and you have your phone on you, can maybe hurry up and try to call mommy, send a text to mommy. Mommy help, call the police station, ask this person, maybe if the persons are around you, ask them where they're going to take you. So, how would I say this now? I don't know if you ever watch shows and you maybe see persons trying to build conversation with persons before. So you can maybe ask the person, where are you taking me? I don't know you. Who are you? In the process of maybe calling mommy, so mommy can know that these persons are trying to harm you or trying to take you away. Because in that situation, I know I would be frightened. I would be scared. So I might not think about shouting. I might be so frightened I can't say anything. But if you have the strength or if you're not too fearful, you can always scream. Try to run away. All right? And if that don't help and you have your phone on you, God forbid that happens and they might take you into the car, if I can dial 211 or the police station. As I stated, it's good to have the police station's number saved in your phone. See if you can dial the number, get help. I know some parents might have, or it's good for parents as well. I don't know if they're listening as well, to have tracking devices on the children's phone, maybe have the children's location turned on so that they can know where they are at all times. They might take your device, yes, Rihanna. But if they don't, because I honestly don't have all the answers to these questions. I'm just thinking of scenarios, what might happen if you have your phone on you. All right. So I'm going through the chat. I don't know if you have any other questions, Rihanna. You want to type any other questions? You're thinking, okay. So I'm going through the chat because I realized I wasn't looking in the chat before. But yes, persons have 211 typing in. That's the number that you call for assistance or to make a report. All right. All right, so persons, we're just answering. Here. All right. So the first person that raised their hand can answer this question. You're walking home from school when a car pulls up and the driver says they live close to you, so they offer you a ride home. They offer you a ride home. Those hands up. All right, I have many reasons. Kyle, I haven't heard from Kyle. Kyle, you can unmute.
Kyle, you can go ahead and speak.
All right, Latoya said that she would run to the nearest
You call
house.
911?
So Kyle, you will call 911?
Yes.
All right. Kyle, remember that this person is standing in front, so maybe what you could do is tell them, no, you're okay. Or just as Latoya said, that you could run to the nearest house or run and shout, no, I don't want a ride home, or scream so persons know that this person is trying to get you into their car. You can call 911, yes. 119. Run and bang on houses, that's what Rihanna says. Anybody else want to tell me what they would do? Somebody offering you a ride. Let's say you're walking home and they offer you a ride. You can scream. They can call the numbers too. But right there and then, first thing to do, no sir, no ma'am, run. Okay?
Okay.
Kyle said no. What would you do, Kyle? You say we call the numbers instead. But in that time, right there and then, call your parents and ask. You could do that as well. But remember that this person is standing right in their car in front of you and you are standing somewhere. Right. Shaheem says that she would say that her taxi is right over there behind you. And then she would run to the car. Your taxi, I'm assuming. That's so. But if it's on a road, where is you alone? Scream or go to the nearest house or tell this person no. And if the person say, no, man, I want to carry her home, man. So except say, for example, you tell them no, and they still ask it. No, I want to carry her home. Just come in the car, know where you live. It's just right up the road. It's just right around the road. That's the time I really scream and run now. Yes, run away. What is it, Kyle? What are you confused? I can unmute your mic. Kyle? All right. So on a Saturday evening, you and some of your friends are playing in your community. Someone walks up and say that you must be hungry and thirsty from all the playing, so they offer you something to drink. Brianna? Can unmute. or type in the chat. All right, let me pick on some. Cole, can unmute and answer that question. Rikela said that she will say, no, I will walk to the person that offers the ride. Can say no to the person, I don't want anything to drink. That's correct. So always say no to these kind of persons, especially as strangers, a stranger. So anyone who you don't know, they see them in the community and they see you're playing and they offer drinks, maybe if they offer you alone or your friends, say no. All right? Or I'll ask, you can tell them, I'll have to ask my parents. Right, Ricky. I was just saying that you'll have to ask your parents if they can take it from them. Just don't take anything from anyone just like that.
I just saw a similar response from Araya on YouTube that she would call her parents.
Yes. And maybe can, like with your community, you maybe could run to your parents and say, Mommy, this person on the outside wants to offer me something. Because this person, not all persons are bad. Let's just say that not all persons are bad persons. So it's important to ask your parents if you can accept this. Because maybe this person does see the group of children playing and they want to offer, maybe buy a bag of bag juice for the children, right? For you and your friends. So what you can do is go to the parents, go to your parents, your aunt, your uncle. Ask them, is it okay for me to take this from this person? So I see somebody say, keep the person. The person might see you as depending. They might see you as rude because maybe in that case they really just want to help the children out. They see you guys playing and they want to give you a snack. But it's important for you to ask your parents before even kicking them and running. Who said that? Fiona? You can go ahead and ask mommy or maybe a respectable adult in the community, maybe know these persons. You can say, you know that person, they offer me something. You can say it to them. You're playing with your older cousin when she starts to tickle you, but it makes you feel very uncomfortable. She suggests that you play doctor and patient and tells you to get undressed so that she can examine. What would you guys do? Yes, Trey, and I saw your response. So what would you do in this case where you're playing with your cousin and she said that you want to pay doctor and patient? They tell her to undress and make them examine. What would you? Right, really, you say, are you crazy? I'm going to tell mom. No. All right, that's the right response.
Very good.
Who said something about kicking? No, guys, you don't have to kick everyone. Remember, it's anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, you can always say it to an adult. If in that time no adult is available, you can tell the person no. Sherry, it's a cousin, you know, no, don't punch her in the face. Go and tell mommy, or maybe at the cousin's house, you can go and tell the auntie or your uncle. And if they grab you, yes, you can say no. All right. Any questions?
I see 3 hands here. Delano Hall has his hand raised. I'm not sure if you've heard from him as yet.
No, I've not heard from Delano.
Oh, Delano just put
Oh.
his comment in the chat. All right,
Delano
children,
just-
remember, we try to use our words first. That's what Miss Austin was sharing. And we use our words first.
All right. Okay. So sometimes, as I say, not all persons are bad. So I know we're talking about protecting yourself, but not all persons are bad persons. Hence, I was saying that if somebody offers to give you a ride, tell them no. If they continue
I want to give you a ride, I want to give you a ride, that's the time no, you run or try to protect yourself. If your cousin asks you to play this game with you, tell her no, tell him no, and if they still ask, go and tell your aunt, your parents, or any guardian or any adult that is in the house with you. All right? Because say you go slap your cousin now. You guys might end up fighting, right? All right. These are safe strangers. There are some persons who you don't know very well or have never met before, but there are persons that you can talk to or persons that will help to protect you. You have the bus drivers. I don't know if you have bus that comes to your school that picks you up from home and carry you to your school.
Yes, we
This
have
is
buses and taxis.
okay, right. So mommy and daddy know these persons. So they trust these persons. Or if anything happens in the bus or the taxi, and you're not comfortable with it, you come to school, you can tell teacher as well, or your guidance counselors. No police, these are persons that you don't know them. Maybe you can know a police in your community. Or you might see one on the road that you don't know. These are persons that you can tell things to. Go to the doctor. You can tell the doctor or the nurse. Maybe you have a doctor or nurse in your community. You can tell them about anything that is happening to you as well. Are you hearing this one? This video?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Lenny. I want to tell you about a protect yourself rule that you should use if anyone ever makes you feel unsafe. Shout, run, tell. No one should ever touch you on a part of your body that's covered by your bathing suit. If someone tries to, shout stop or don't touch me, loudly and clearly. It doesn't matter who it is or where you are. If anyone tries to touch your private body parts or wants you to touch their private body parts, shout at them to stop, run away, and tell an adult you trust. You can tell your parents, or a teacher, or another grown-up what happened. Don't be afraid to get as loud as you can. The more people that hear you, the better. If anyone ever tries to touch your private body parts or wants you to touch their private parts, shout, run, tell.
All right, so I'm going to call this person Leo. They hear what Leo said? Shout, run, tell. So before any physical action such as kicking or thumping, can shout, run to an adult and let them know what is happening. All right, but always tell someone. So now that we are all online, using online classes, I'm going to tell you how to stay safe while you're online. Using computers can be fun. You can play games and do your homework. You can talk to your friends and family members. However, do not have conversations with strangers online. So I know sometimes in the gaming apps, you can speak to persons, right? But say, for example, you and your classmates are in the same gaming site and you guys talk. Say, for example, a stranger pops up, an adult, or sometimes you may not know it's an adult. Someone pops up and they're asking questions that make you feel uncomfortable. They ask you to do things that you know aren't right. Always tell someone. Do not tell strangers your name, where you live, or which school you attend. You don't know these persons and they ask you these questions. Don't tell them. Do not take pictures of yourself and send to anyone online. I want to take something and send to someone, they have it. They might not know how long they have it for, but maybe the rest of their life and the rest of your life. So to protect yourself, do not. If you take a picture, you can send it to mommy, send it to daddy. Maybe you want to take a picture and show mommy your new hairstyle. Maybe you're at your aunt or auntie, do your hair, you go to the barber, you get a new trim. And you're at your aunt or your family member or grandma, you want to show mom, you can expect to take pictures and send to mommy and daddy. But to persons that you don't know and persons that ask for pictures of maybe any part of your body, never send them to these persons. Do not tell persons that you're home alone. You should note as well, you should not be at home alone. All right? So in the case that you are at home alone though, you should not be telling anyone on your phone. Maybe if you're at home alone all the time, maybe in the night, in the morning, you have to get yourself ready for school. You should tell teacher, guidance counselor, you can call 211 and tell an adult about this. And you know you're not supposed to be at home late in the night by yourself. Because I'm sure you would be scared, right? So if you're at home alone without a parent or guardian there with you, you should always tell someone about this and responsible person though. So teacher, the guidance counselor, call 211, can tell the police, they go to the doctor, maybe can tell the nurse, but don't tell any stranger, tell the safe stranger, don't tell the strangers that you don't know, strangers that are not in uniforms. So let's say that don't tell strangers that are not in uniform. So you know strangers that are in uniform, such as doctors, police officers, they can say that to them so that they can take action about this. All right? All right, Isabel. Isabel has a question and I see it go.
Miss,
But if they are not, sorry, Isabel.
there's some people who dress up in uniforms too.
So sometimes they don't trust those persons either.
No, miss.
All right, so you trust Miss Thomas, right? So you can tell Miss Thomas then. All right, so yeah, so you have a long list of persons that you can tell. So you don't trust the police, some of the police officers for yourself. I just see them on the road. I don't know if they are really police officers. And that's fair. That's a very good point as well. So you can come to school and tell Miss about whatever is happening if you're at home alone all the time, right? And as stated, you can call 211 as well. But what if you think you are safe, but they are not? Or what if you think the police officers are safe persons, but they aren't? And as I said that, maybe you don't want to tell police officers, you can come to school and tell me. All right? Or you can, if you go to the doctor, you don't feel like the doctor might tell someone maybe in your community. You don't have to say it to the doctor. You can call 211 as well, or go to school and say it to a teacher or a guidance counselor as well. Okay? All right. Talk to your parents about using the computer safely and always ask questions if you're unsure. So before downloading certain games, ask the parents if it's okay. All right, so I know maybe you can go into Play Store and download it yourself, but it's important to ask your parents about it before you do it. All right, protect yourself. So we're going to talk about, again, review, good touch, bad touch. No one should touch you on your private parts or in any way that makes you feel uncomfortable. This is called abuse. Okay? It does not matter who it is. Anyone can be an abuser. So that's, I'm assuming that's what all the other persons were saying, that sometimes the
The police officers might not be safe as well. They might be abusers, who knows? But you can tell if you don't trust that person, you can always tell somebody else that you trust. It does not matter who it is, they should not abuse you, even if it is a family member. And yes, 2 children, parents can abuse you as well. So it's not only strangers and family members, but parents can be abusers as well. Tell an adult. If someone hurts you, tell an adult. Do not keep it a secret. We will believe you and we will help you. All right? So maybe you're saying, if I tell them, they won't believe me. Just always tell someone. They'll always try to get help for you. All right? And shout, run, and tell. If someone tries to abuse you, shout out. Don't touch me very loudly for all other persons to hear. Run away from them and tell your parents as soon as you see them. So once you feel uncomfortable in any way, shout, run, and tell. All right, before that, anybody has any questions? I'm going to the chat one last time. What if they think we are lying? And if you call 211, you can report the matter. And once the matter is reported, it will be investigated. You will get action. Action will be taken on the case. You can tell a guidance counselor as well about it, and she will report it to us, CPFSA, as well.
Amalia has her hand up. I'm not sure if you're taking any more hands.
Oh, I am. I have a question.
Amalia, do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you
Go
can
ahead.
go ahead.
What if you're playing in the yard and then you see someone watching you, and then you go inside and tell your parents? What if they say they won't come back?
What if they say they won't come out? Are you saying what if your parents say that they won't come out to look who it is? All right, so if that's the case and mommy or daddy say that they won't come out, or your guardian say that they won't come out to look who it is, if it makes you feel comfortable, you can stay inside, or maybe you can call the police and say you see this stranger in your community looking at your house, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. If they could come down to the community and look at what is happening, but if your parents say that they're not coming out and you feel uncomfortable, you can stay inside. Okay? Any other questions?
Okay.
Okay, great. Samardo, you have a question? I'm taking 2 more questions.
Go ahead, Samardo.
Teacher,
Yeah.
if anytime someone is knocking on your door, you should close it. And if someone says that they know you keep it closed until your parents come.
That's correct. Thank you. Good job.
You have to listen to their voice.
Right. Listen to their voice. So
But
if you hear somebody knocking on the door, you can call mommy or daddy to come and look who it is. You would never open the door.
Because if I did open the door, someone would have kidnapped me.
Or maybe that's right. Or maybe it's a family member, but just to be safe, you can tell mommy or daddy to come and open the door to see who it is. Okay? All right, Josiah, and then think Delano, Adesano. So Josiah, you can unmute and ask your question.
Miss, what if when you tell your parents and the police they refuse?
They refuse to help?
Yes, miss. They refuse. They would not. What if they don't believe you?
Okay, you can always call 211. But tell the police and parents, you can go to school and you can tell miss. Or call 211. Okay?
Okay, miss. Okay, miss. Oh, and miss, what Malia was saying the other time, she didn't say if they don't reply. She said if they don't come out. She said if I think she said if they don't believe.
If they don't believe, okay. So it's the same goes. If they don't believe, it's good to stay inside so that once you feel uncomfortable on the outside where the person is, you can stay inside.
But miss, what if they break in your house?
All right, that's a good point too. So as I was saying to Malaya as well, she can call the police or maybe ask the parents to call the police and say that there's someone in the community that's looking at the house, that's watching her, and they want them to come into the community to just look around to see who this person is. Okay?
My children seem to catastrophize quite a bit. So it goes from 0 to 100 very, very quickly once they try to get into different scenarios. Is that it,
All right.
Josiah?
Yes, miss.
James literally has his hand up, so I'm going to pick on James. I think that's for my last question. So James?
Yes, miss.
You have a question?
Yes, miss.
Okay, you can go ahead.
When you open the doors, if you hear someone knocking the door, don't open the doors or windows because
Right.
someone put you on your brain or on your eye or on your tummy or on your heart. And someone will kill you. If someone will give you a candy, said, leave me alone.
All right, so you summarized everything that you learned today. That's correct. But if you hear somebody knocking on the window, you can tell mommy or daddy or whoever you live with that there's someone on the outside, right? Because you don't know who it is. And as I say, you don't know what they're going to do to you if you open the door. Right, James? So if you are being abused or you know someone that's been abused, can tell the guidance counselor at school, can tell a teacher, or you can call 211. So we know that the 211 line works. So you don't have to call 211 to see if it works or to see to do any prank calls. Make sure that you're calling 211 to report a abuse or any discomfort that you have. If you want somebody to look into something that you might see or make you feel uncomfortable, you can call the number for us to assist you, as we are the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, so we are here to protect. Okay.
May I add just one more thing? Children, I know that some of you like to play games, and Miss Austin said it before about making prank calls. You should not send in a report that is not true. You could get yourself in trouble. Okay. So if it's not true, you should not report it. But if it's something that you know to be true, you can go ahead and report.
Yes, and you can call this number from early in the morning to late at night. Okay. So we're always open. That's basically it. We're always open. So you can always call us.
All right. So there are, yes, 20, that's it, 24 hours. Are we taking more hands? I was looking through the chat. Samardo, so they wanted to talk. Okay, Samardo, go ahead.
Teacher, also one thing, if you have if the kidnap is fake and you call 211, you might be in big trouble.
If the kidnapper is fake.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So but you should still try and call, okay? To make sure that you try to have someone save you. All right?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
All right. All right, one more. Delano, yes. Delano didn't get to ask his question.
Also, teacher.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Excuse me, miss. One time in the middle of the night, someone robbed my neighbor. But my dad set up some cameras around the house, around the neighbor's house and through house. So now in the middle of the night, he check the camera them and he see man who that robbed the neighbor.
And that's great. So it's not all of us have cameras at home. So I'm so happy to hear that your dad decided to put up cameras so that he can see what's happening. That's very good. So your home is safe then. All right. Want to have one more question. And then we wrap up. Who haven't heard from us yet? Paul?
You can set up a camera and then you can call the police and then show them the footage, and then after that they will know who is the suspect robbing the neighborhood.
Correct. That's so correct. Going to check the chat one more time and then that's all. Okay, we don't have any questions from YouTube either. No, I'm not seeing. What if the person gets away before someone comes? Are you talking about the community, or you're talking about the person that might have abused the child? Shaheem? Or anyone? Where we offer counseling as well. So say, for example, you have been abused and you're still dealing with the issue. Even if the abuser gets away, and we're not able to locate the person to arrest and charge them, we can speak with you to help you get through the process. Because I will answer your question. If you're abused, more than likely you're going to feel some way about being abused by anyone. So you're going to need someone to talk to, whether it's at school or you want to talk to a counselor here at the agency. Now, another alert is the sector or department in CPFSA that takes reports about children who are missing.
So they send out to see that the three circles around the person, as them sending out missing reports about children who parents can't find, and they call 211 to let us know that I can't find my child didn't come home. So they send out reports about children who are missing. So if you know somebody who did not come home, or your parents know somebody who did not come home, you can call 211 and report. Make a missing report. That's the person in the department, Azalea. So they're watching the presentation as well. Okay. But any other questions you have, can always ask Miss. And Miss maybe can invite someone else to come to the school, maybe a police officers, because they have many kidnapping questions.
Yes, my children watch quite a bit of TV and obviously a lot of cop shows, but they also have my number, and many of them have WhatsApped me at odd hours to ask me strange things. And so it's no different. They can send me a message and I will answer their questions. I guess because you're a new face and we haven't had guidance classes in a while, so they have many pent up questions that they've been dying to ask. And this is a great topic to ask questions about.
Right.
But
When they're asking about covering mouth and if the person, to be honest, children, I wouldn't have the answers for some of these questions. So I wouldn't be able to tell you what to do in the case that I hope this never happens to anyone here or any children in Jamaica, that they give them drugs when they take them away. I wouldn't know what the answer to that question is. However, I hope that this never happens to anyone, and it's important when you're walking on the road to be vigilant. Keep your earphones out of your ears. Also, make sure that you save the police station number, have 211 saved in your phone. You can call persons if anything is happening with you. Okay? So it was really nice being here with you today. I like that you were interactive and you had many, many questions, even those I could not answer. My mind was so blown. So it was really good talking to you. And thank you for all the persons that raised their hands. I really appreciated that as well. Raise their hands. I don't think we have time to play a game, Brianna. Or who learned something? Okay. All right. Miss, we have time for that?
it's just about we're just a few minutes away from dismissal.
Okay.
So we dismiss at 1 o'clock when we are online.
Okay.
But I think they are happy to see a new face given all that they have been going through and the rotation schedule for school. So they're happy to have a new face. Well, Ms. Austin, thank you so much for taking the time to come in to share with our students. They obviously did enjoy the presentation, and I'm certain that they learned quite a bit. I'm sure that hearing it from a person who works within an organization that is about ensuring that they're well protected and cared for, it makes a difference for them. And I do hope that the parents who are hearing in the background, they are reminded of their duties and responsibilities to keep the children safe. So thank you so much for choosing our school and for taking the time to share and to answer these many questions that even have been catastrophized quite a bit. We really do appreciate your time and your presentation. It was a lovely interactive presentation. And I see the children are sending up their thanks in the chat. They are saying how much they enjoyed it and how much they appreciate it.
Okay, thank you guys. It was really nice being here with you today. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so
Alright.
children, you can find the video on our YouTube channel. As you know, if your friends did not get a chance to watch it during the time, they can watch the video on our YouTube channel. Miss Austin, I have already shared the link to our YouTube channel with Miss Perjan so that she can send that to you, but you can look for St. Anne's Beach Primary School, Jamaica, and you'll be able to find our YouTube channel.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, children. Thank you for coming. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful weekend. Children who would have done PEP for this week, grade 6 children, please remember that it has been postponed until I think it's next month, right? And students for the rotation schedule for next week, please remember that it is grade 6, grade 1, and I think grade 4 and grade 3 are coming in next week. Okay, remember to check the WhatsApp groups to find out when you should come to school, and take note of the day, whether you're in group A or group B. That's very, very important. Have a great week, everyone. Be safe and share the information that you learned today. Bye.